Hey guys, so my neighbor's mowing the grass, but I think it should be okay, hopefully. I've got a couple pieces of chert here. Got a couple pieces of black buffalo. I think this is Fort Payne. This is black buffalo. You can see how similar they are. Very similar. This black buffalo's a little bit drier. This has got more sparkles in it. Pretty interesting. So I think, oh boy, what do I want to do? Got another piece of black buffalo here too. Let me try working this one here. This bullseye buffalo, it's nice, but man, it's tough. There's a reason why most people heat treat this stuff. It is some pretty tough stuff. Let me see here. Let me try using hammerstone. Alright, let's see here. So this potentially could be a seam going in right here. It looks like maybe a hinge flake, but it resembles a seam, so probably best off to check that right away. Yeah, I don't think it's a seam, so with this shape and the size of this thing, we gotta envision our point being laying right in the center of the mass of this piece of rock. Right in here, so we gotta get rid of all this. Just start removing basically what's not gonna be the arrowhead. So I'll take a flake. I'm pretty much set up to come back this direction, although this edge is kind of curled up a little bit. Sometimes it's kind of hard to see the contours. But that's not too bad at all. I think I can even take my abrader and probably just rake it. Excuse me. Probably could have did that with a hammerstone too. I'm so used to using copper. I'd kind of like to have one a little bit softer than this thing. And I love this little guy here. It just doesn't have any mass behind it. That's a quartz there. That's real hard. Here's a really sandy, gritty, grabby sandstone. comfortable place to work. Steepen this edge up, so now hopefully I can come back and get a good crack at this thing and knock that excess material right here off. Maybe even get a spall that we can work with. Losing my place on my hammerstone. So I could maybe hit right here again, but it's almost too steep. It's almost past 90. So what I'll do is just turn and take a little flake, nip it back this way, up in front of it, and that should hollow that out a little bit and change that angle for me. Just a little bit's all I need. That flake went, it didn't really roll over the edge, it just went all the way through, which is perfect. Okay, so maybe I can downsize a little bit here. The hammerstone's kind of big. When they start getting awkward to do what you're trying to do with them, it's time to downsize. It's not releasing there because I'm hitting on that ridge. Hitting right on that bump. This one right here. Seems like it's a lot easier to prepare your edges with a hammerstone. Ridge, there's enough of it left there that it still messed me up. The flake didn't release, it cracked all the way up here and removed some of my edge. Not the end of the world, but a good teachable moment, I guess. Yeah, sometimes if the platform's got a bump on it or something or if it's just too blunt or broad or dull or strong or however you want to say it, the whole edge will just fold off. That ring crack will initiate all the way up here. And it'll take what they call a concentric bite out of the edge. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Always used to be a roller, not a flipper. Now I'm becoming a flipper. It just happened on its own, kind of. Not like I sit around practicing flipping rocks. You should see me juggle arrowheads. Okay, so looks like the easiest way into this thing back here is going to be this this thinnest part of the edge, because we got square edges here, and this tapers down pretty thin, so I think I can get that edge to break away pretty easy, and that'll allow me to get a place started in, because I'm kind of at a dead end here. I can't do a whole lot without maybe risking to booger up my edge. And same thing over here, I've got the edge messed up a little bit. I could probably walk it on around, but I'll just go ahead and nip the back end off here. Just a little piece right here, I'll get it where it drops down. Okay. Got a seam going in right here. I can see it coming in off the edge, so probably gonna lose a little bit back here. So there's a seam right here and a seam right here. So probably should work my way into this seam from up here, because I gotta lose some of this anyway. See if I can just get one more flake there to give me a better angle to come back this way. Now I'm gonna come down and catch it. Just try to drive a short flake so I can come back this direction. Slowly tightening my support as I was hitting that, until finally it was strong enough, the support was strong enough that the flake released. Could be a little bit lower. I might be able to force it through there, but we'll see. Maybe I should play it safe and come back here and work my way back into it from this direction. I'll approach this seam here from this way first. Okay, so it looks like it stops right about there. Gotta make it go bye-bye. Alright, I'm gonna try to force one through here now. I'm gonna grab it and pull that direction. I'm gonna make sure I'm getting good surface contact. It's kind of cool with this chalky, this is an actual artifact hammerstone I found in a field. It's a type of maybe like a sandstone, I guess. Yeah. And it's kind of degraded maybe a little bit, and it's perfect. I love it. But it's nice because it marks the edge where you can actually see where you're gonna strike at. It's like a piece of chalk. So that's where I want to hit it at. I want to hit almost an angle in kind of like this direction. I want the force to go kind of in at an angle kind of like this, and hope to get a flake to pop off and knock some of this mass off. In order to get that force to go that way, I'm kind of come down and catch this thing, and I'm pulling on it. Ow. That was my finger. Oh, wow. There's all kind of cracks in there. That was never going to let go. So in this predicament, I'm probably just going to come up here and hit this thing up high on the edge and try to just knock the rest of that off there. Just catch it high, give it some support. Just try to fold all that mass off the edge right there. Okay. Let's see. I feel like I might be able to catch it right here and get one to go that way. Might need to prepare that edge a little better. Took a little more than I wanted, but that's okay. A lot of practice with the hammerstone. Alright, well, let me try that again. I think this hammerstone is still a little bit too hard. Ouch. Looks like this one's going to be toast. It's been a piece I heat treated. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It gets all crumbly inside. Too much heat. Oh well, you'll have that on them big jobs. Alright, here's one last little piece of black buffalo, I believe. Let's see if I can mess it up. Man, I'm on a roll today. Maybe that was some good lessons in there anyway. Okay, so anytime you got a big steep angle like that, you can use that, might as well, right? To thin this thing all the way down, just off this one side. Try to go slow with it so I don't break it in half. I'll probably go ahead and plane this thing down kind of to match this plane surface, and then start on the back. That way I'm working towards an even surface over here. So I'll just turn this a little bit more. Maybe this piece here I can work with this little bitty guy. Need more power. knot on that platform. Thing didn't go because I wasn't holding it good and supporting it well. This stuff flakes super crazy easy. Okay, so I got this kind of planed down a little bit. Still got a little bit of a bulge. Billet shot. Okay, so that took it down a little more. I just want to take a look under the hood over on this side and see everything, make sure everything's kosher. It looks pretty good. So now I can thin this bad boy down in no time now. Work it right back to this surface. End up with a nice little arrowhead out of there. Okay, I'm actually good with that. That thing's going to be stubborn, I do believe. Gotcha. See if I can do anything with this piece of elk antler. Yeah, get a little more velocity with this thing, get them flakes to go across there. I was having trouble with that hammerstone getting them to go very deep and very far. Beautiful. Okay, so this is way too steep for this antler, so I'm going to take a flake this over this area right here to try to lessen that, make it a less steep angle on that edge. By golly, that might have did it. Not quite. It's obviously too steep. Sometimes you got to get in there with your hammer stone and take a nip where you need it. There it went. Hard to get the velocity I need was setting here. Setting down with this, especially this camera. Just another little short one there. Man, once you get the hang of these hammer stones, once they start feeling natural to you, I can get a biface out a lot quicker, I think, with a hammer stone than a copper. Trying to take my time on this one so I don't break 3 in a row on the same video. But let's see, that's 30 minutes. Yeah, I'll go ahead and stop this one here, I guess, guys. Just wanted to do a little chipping. Hopefully a little bit of that might have been helpful. I try to sprinkle little tidbits of good information in every video. Don't always work out, but I think this one was okay. So yeah, I'll finish working that into something or other. One of those something or other points, just like a whatchamacallit, but a little bit different. So yep, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.